The quality of our lives is directly related to the quality of our relationships. Most importantly, starting with the relationship you have with yourself.
Hi, my name is Giovanna Elias, and on this channel, I'm going to show you how the communication and connection you have with yourself and your inner world directly impact the relationships, the connection, and the success you have in your outer world, in every area of your life.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another week here on The Connection Code. My name is Giovanna Elias, and I am a human connection expert. And this week on The Connection Code, we are going to talk about how to break bad habits and build stronger relationships. Now, on this channel, we talk communication skills, leadership, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal relationship and social skills. So if you've been liking the videos I've been putting up so far, I ask that you click like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for more notifications, and leave comments below. I love hearing from you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into part 1 on how to break bad habits and build stronger relationships. So part 1 to this cocktail on breaking bad habits and building strong relationships is all about the mental and emotional state that you have. Next week's video, I'm going to dive into the physical actions you can take to break bad habits and build better, stronger relationships. So for this week, we're really going to focus on our mindset that comes first. And when we have the right mental state and emotional state, now our actions follow suit. And it's much easier to implement physical new habits into our lives when we're in a good place mentally and emotionally. I want to share a little example with you guys about what I really mean about getting the mental and emotional piece down first. It reminds me of a time when I was hiking in Peru up Machu Picchu, and we had to get up extremely early in the morning to start our hike at 4 a.m. But mentally and emotionally, I was so excited, so gung-ho to be climbing this mountain that getting up at 4 a.m. was easy peasy. Without a doubt, I could do it. I did not even question the idea of it because I was ready. I was excited. I was emotionally there and wanting to do it. And this made waking up at 4 a.m. that much easier. However, if you asked me in any other average day to get up at 4 a.m. just for the sake of it, mentally and emotionally, I would probably need something to motivate me, to excite me, to get me into that mental and emotional place to inspire me just as much. And so this is what I really mean about being able to take physical action and implementing new habits, but first needing to be in the right place mentally and emotionally in order to make the physical changes that much easier. So why are building new healthy habits so important for us? Well, for starters, new healthy habits actually help our overall health and well-being. This includes our physical health, our mental and emotional health, as well as our energetic health. And when all of those are in a good place, we are actually aligned and in a good place and have a stronger relationship first and foremost with ourselves. Having a healthy relationship with ourselves actually allows us to go out into the world and perform strongly at work. It allows us to have strong relationships with our coworkers, our employees, our bosses, our managers. It allows us to have strong, meaningful relationships with our families, with our friends, and even have strong relationships with complete strangers that can open doors of ample opportunities for us that we could never even possibly imagine. And so when we are in a good place here within ourselves, because we've built these healthy habits over time, we too can now be in a good place in all areas of our lives and build stronger relationships with every single person. So how do we get into the right mental state and mind frame in order to build these healthy habits and break bad ones? Well, I want to first talk about the toxic emotional connection that we often have with our bad habits, starting with feelings of shame and guilt. And this may look like shaming yourself for not waking up early enough in the morning or for not accomplishing enough in your day. It may look like feeling guilty for having another beer or for eating another sweet treat that you didn't want to eat. And so these feelings of guilt and shame can often really hold us back from breaking these bad habits and being able to move forwards to build new healthy ones. The second toxic emotion that often comes up in relation to bad habits is resistance. So resistance often shows up when we are pushing ourselves to build new habits. And these habits, being new, are unfamiliar to us. They're in the unknown. And often that makes us feel uncomfortable. And so when we're doing something new in an unfamiliar space and feeling uncomfortable, we often hear that repeated dialogue of, oh no, let's leave it for another day. I'll start again tomorrow. Let's sleep in again today. I'll have another beer or sweet treat today, and I'll start again tomorrow. And that's when the resistance comes in, and that fight between, the angel and the devil in your mind starts to play a big role. The third toxic emotion that we will often see revolving around bad habits is this feeling of disbelief. That while a very big part of you really wants to build these new habits over here, another part of you really is in disbelief. That you think maybe it's not so possible, maybe it's not so easy, or it's not convenient, or it's uncomfortable. And so you're living in this familiar past, this place that you know of, these old repeated bad habits that you continue to do because it's comfortable, because it's easy, because it's familiar, and you're sitting in a position of disbelief, not really entirely believing that it's possible within yourself to make these full changes. So when we adopt these emotions of shame, of guilt, of resistance, of disbelief, it becomes very difficult to break these bad habits and ultimately implement new ones. So I'm sure that you've all experienced these toxic emotions before around your bad habits. And so now you're asking me, okay, so I know this, I've felt it before, but what do I do in order to develop these new habits and feel good about it? And in order to do so, in order to build new healthy habits, the first and foremost thing we must do, the most important thing we must do, is create a new energy. That when you have a new energy about you, you also have newfound beliefs in yourself and in your ability, new inspiration, new focus, a new perspective on things in your life, a new mindset. And when you have a new mindset, your mind is now able to see a new reality and ultimately create a new emotional state. And our emotions really and truly are the driving force behind our choices and our actions. And so when we can get our emotional state right, we can also make the right choices and take the right actions for ourselves daily in order to build these new healthy habits. So first and foremost, it's really important to get clear on what it is you wish to accomplish and how it is you wish to feel. That way, you can produce the image in your mind. I want to give you guys a good example so that this makes more sense in our practical day-to-day life. Think of a time when you have tried contacting a loved one, say your mom or dad, a friend, or a romantic partner, and they didn't respond. And you kept calling and they didn't respond, and calling and you didn't hear from them for hours. And now your mind goes running off into this fearful place. Where could they be? What happened to them? Did something go wrong? Are they okay? And now your mind is producing a physical effect of fear in your body. Or even the opposite can be said to be true. That your mind is envisioning an amazing vacation spot away on a beach somewhere warm, and suddenly you feel warm and cozy and excited to be there. And so now your body is producing that emotional effect in you. It's shifting your whole entire energy. And so this is really the power of our mind, that our mindset can very simply shift our emotional state. And our emotional state, like I said previously, is the driver to help us make certain choices, good or bad, in order to then take certain actions moving forwards. So how do we exactly produce this new favorable emotional state that we want? How do we create this new energy within us? Well, in very simple terms, it's really about the work you do first thing in the morning when you wake up. Starting your day off with meditation and introspection is the best thing you can do for yourself. Taking just a few moments away to actually visualize in your mind how you want your day to unfold. Seeing exactly step by step how you wish to feel, what you wish to see and experience throughout your day. Becoming the creator of your reality. And in seeing your day unfold, you are now creating the emotional state you desire. And you're creating a predictable future, but a future that's in favor for you. A future that you ultimately want for yourself. And so with this new mindset, you produce a new emotional state. And with this new emotional state, you produce a new energy. And with this new energy, you produce new choices and new actions. And with these new actions and choices, you produce a new life. And ultimately, you produce a healthy, stronger relationship, first and foremost with yourself, and ultimately in every area of your life, in all of your relationships. So in your mind, starting first thing in the morning, you really want to implement those new healthy habits here and here. That way you can then take the physical actions to implement them. And when you do, they'll feel familiar. They'll feel comfortable. They'll feel just right. And it'll make the whole process that much smoother, more fluid, and done with a sense of ease. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Part 1 to how you break bad habits and build strong relationships, first and foremost starts off with removing the toxic emotions of shame, of guilt, of resistance, and disbelief from your everyday life that's connected to these bad habits, and replacing them with a whole new energy. And in doing so, you build a stronger, better relationship with yourself and ultimately with the people in your life. From your family to your friends, your coworkers, bosses, managers, employees, kids, romantic partners, and even complete strangers. If you liked today's video, I ask that you click like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for weekly videos that I put up, and leave comments below letting me know what you guys thought. Thanks so much for being a part of The Connection Code again this week. Stay tuned for part 2 next week on how to break bad habits and build stronger relationships. Next week, we're going to talk about the physical action-oriented steps that you can take in order to build these new healthy habits into your life. So until then, have a great week, guys. My name is Giovanna Elias, and I am a human connection expert.